Hello, Aquarius. Elsie here to do your reading for the week ahead, my friends. How are you, my cerebral geniuses? You are the genius of the zodiac, by the way. I think you know that. Aquarius, thank you so much for clicking here. I appreciate you. Thank you for all the beautiful thumbs up and being in the comments and your shares and your subscriptions. Thank you so much for doing that and doing your part to help build this Aquarius tribe on Ten of Cups Tarot. I appreciate you. So we are doing a reading for the week ahead, as we always do, Aquarius, right? It's always for the week ahead, no matter when you find it, whether that's today or a month or a year from now. These readings that I do for the signs are always for the month or for the week ahead. And so with this reading for the week ahead, there's a few things you should know. First of all, Tuesday, the 12th, we do have a new moon in Sagittarius. And so this is all about expansion, right? It's all about expansion. It's about doing things, being bold, being brave, going to get what you want. It's a time of happiness and it's a time of going to get what you want, right? It's time for the abundance to come to you and for you to expand. It is a time of expansion, which can be a little tough because you are a fixed sign, but once you get a hang of the change, I think you're good to go. And then on the 13th, we have Mercury retrograde. Look, we're already in the shadows. So for those of you who have been feeling like you want to reach out to an ex or somebody that, you know, maybe you were on the outs with, that maybe you just want to bring something back together again, whether it's romantic related or platonic, it doesn't matter. Mercury retrograde is here, and be careful because it's all about communication. So it can be tough, right? With communication, we've got the planet of Mars involved, and Mars is sort of, you know, it's a little bit combative, and it's a little bit of hard energy, and it's going to be a little bit of combative communication. So be aware of that before you fly off the handle. I know it'll be tough, but think about it first, which isn't hard for you. And okay, then that's what's coming up in the week ahead. I'll do a couple of readings for those particular placements. Aquarius, we are talking about the week ahead. So we are going to talk about the week ahead. We will do that. And we're also going to talk about what is currently under the surface right now. What's in your blind spot? So it's something that is already happening this week that will bleed into the week ahead, but it is something that is in your blind spot that you don't see, something that's coming. So we'll talk about what is up in the week ahead and what you don't see coming in the week ahead, what's hiding under the surface. Let's talk about it here. Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. Tell me about Aquarius, please. We're going to drop some quantum oracle, and then we're going to follow up with tarot and see what we come up with. Tell me about Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. Thank you if you're cross-watching Aquarius. Let's do it. All right, we've got the status quo, and we have optimism. You know what? Leo had the same card in this position, optimism. So if you have something to do with a Leo, that might bring you some information. We have the vast universe. I want to say that things are vastly changing for you in the week ahead. I feel like when the new moon comes along, I feel like that's going to be the change that you need, a refresher, for the door to fly open. And Charlie is actually showing me a thoroughbred horse waiting behind the gates. When I was a kid, my grandpa used to always take me to the races, and you can always hear the horses, you know, stepping and fluttering and getting ready. They're getting ready for the bell, and that's what I feel like. It's almost like you're getting ready for the gate to fly open so you can do something different with your energy. I want to say that this new moon might be significant for you. It's going to be affecting everyone, of course, but you might just want to read up on the internet as how is it's going to affect your particular sign, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Bottom of the deck, I was just saying the universe, right? We have great gratitude. So possibly there's an indication that if you are feeling a decrease, feeling like things are, you know, slipping through your fingers, if you've been feeling very emotional and can't get a hold of it, I feel like you're supposed to practice gratitude. Really, gratitude is the beginning of the awakening. For those of you who have been through your awakening already, your first awakening, and we're constantly going through awakenings and becoming more and more aware. But for those of you who have already gone through the great awakening, the first one, I feel it begins with gratitude. Being grateful for the present moment is really important, even when things are going wrong. Even when you feel like things are slipping through your fingers, or emotionally you're not holding it all together at all, it feels like you just need to practice what's in the present moment. What is there in the present moment that you can have gratitude for? The vast universe is asking you to do that. And when you do, it brings you to an increase. Just saying. All right. I feel like it's a bit of an attitude adjustment. Because the status quo is a place it's not terrible, right? The status quo is not a terrible place to be. You can see the sun is shining, right? There's a beautiful walkway out to the water, and it's not a bad place to be. It's just that it never changes. There's no growth here. It's like you've brought yourself to a crescendo of growth, and you've decided that you don't need to grow any further than this. So it becomes the status quo, and you start to feel a little bit stuck in that energy. This is a cycle here. So you might be coming out of a cycle, going into a cycle. We'll talk about that. Let's talk about tarot here. Let's get some tarot on it, find out what's going on for Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Jupiter for the week ahead. If you're interested in a private read, Aquarius, please look below in the description. Below this video, you will see the link that says more. When you click on that, it will open up a panel where you will see the link to Wizio, which is the only place that you can book me. My readings there are available and begin at $40. Do something nice for yourself for the holidays. Quite reasonable. All right, here we go. Status quo. What's going on with the status quo for Aquarius? Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. Tell me about Aquarius and the status quo. We've got the King of Good Cheer, who is the King of Cups. We have the Five of Canes, which is the Five of Swords. And we have the Holly King, which is the Emperor. So I want to say that this is pretty much all up to you. Look, we can all get into this place of the comfortably polished rut. And that's what the status quo is. You just take things as they come. We're just going to do things we always did because it's comfortable. We feel successful. We feel like things are going well. And I feel like, it's okay to stay in the status quo. It is. It serves a purpose of stability. So if you're a person who's come from instability, you might be the person who is, doesn't really want to change. Like, why, don't fix what's not broken, I think is the idea that I'm getting from you. And I feel like it's all up to you. We've got the Emperor here. Your stability and what you do going forward is all up to you. You're the one that has to take the inspired action if you would like to remove yourself from the status quo. We have the Five of Swords. And so I want to say that the reason you're in the status quo energy, the comfortable rut, is because I feel like you probably are combative, or maybe not combative, maybe isn't the right word, but maybe you push people away. You're trying to get them before they get you because you don't want to be hurt. That's what the Five of Swords is telling me. It's a little bit of, let them do what they want. Let them think that they're all smart, but, I'll just kind of give them my opinion when I think they're doing something wrong. That's the feeling here. The Five of Swords is, it's like pushing people away or taking the superiority complex, right? And chasing people off, I want to say. I feel like you're doing that as it pertains to love, that you've been chasing people off and maybe you don't even realize you're doing it, but it's like a wall that you've put up, right? In the status quo with the Five of Swords tells me, no one's going to come into my life and tell me how to run my life. That's the kind of energy that I'm getting here. It really is up to you. I don't think anyone is going to try and force you out of the status quo. I feel like it's up to you. The Emperor is here, the Emperor energy, and the Emperor is the one who steps forward. The Emperor is the one who conquers, who always will go in if they know they're going to win, the one who's very strategic, and the one who's got a lot of wisdom, because you don't become the Emperor just because you're an Aries. You don't become the Emperor just because you're the King of Swords, who is Aquarius. You don't become the Emperor for any other reason other than you've worked really hard on yourself, on your wisdom, to be able to move forward here. And it really is all up to you. We do have the Ace of Candles, which is the Ace of Wands. We have the Seven of Canes, which is the Seven of Swords. And I want to say that you're self-sabotaging is what I feel is you're into a bit of self-sabotaging energy, whether you realize it or not. And I think it's due to some sort of a superiority complex. Like when people come into your world and they say, you could do this a little bit better if you, and you're like, no, don't tell me what to do. I know what to do in my world. And I feel like it's a bit of self-sabotage energy as I'm looking at the Seven of Swords. And the Five of Swords, right? Chasing people off. It's a bit of self-sabotaging energy. Because you want what you want and you know what you want. And if you don't get that thing you don't want anything else in its place. I feel like it's a little bit of flexibility that's needed here if you would like this new beginning. Yeah. What needs to come to an end is the self-sabotaging here. We've got the Ten of Swords. It's kind of terrible, but a little bit, it tickles my dark humor. So we have the Ten of Swords, and I feel like what needs to come to an end is this self-sabotatory energy, that you are the king of, you are the Holly King, you are the emperor. It's up to you to take the step forward to change your life. If you want to make change, what you're going to have to stop doing is self-sabotaging, because you're in the emperor energy. You're the most desirable energy in the tarot deck, right? You're the one who is in charge, the person who's running their own life. You probably don't work for someone else. You make your own decisions, but that can also be a trap. If you're not able to be flexible, that can be a little bit of a trap. I want to say that what you want is this King of Cups energy with the Ace of Wands here. I feel like you want a loving, physically passionate new beginning. I think that's what you want here, but you're not going to find it in the status quo. It's time to get rid of the self-sabotage here. And as long as you're still self-sabotaging here, as long as you're not being honest with yourself, as long as you're hiding things or concealing things from others and not allowing them to see you in all of your glory as the Emperor, I feel like you're chasing people off. Five of Swords. All right, tell me about this optimism here. That's what you don't see. This is what's under the surface. This is what is in your blind spot. What you don't see is that it's possible to have gratitude, to be abundant and have gratitude in this present moment here, to open your arms to the universe and say, look, bring me what I need. Make any changes that you need to make. I'm willing to accept whatever abundance you bring me in whatever form. It is a consciousness, so it's a change of mind, and we've got a lot of swords going on here. It is a change of mind. It is an aptitude of being consciously aware of gratitude in the present moment, right? All new beginnings, all things that are going to change begin with an optimism that is based in the present moment, not what you're looking for in the future, not what you're looking for from the past. It is something about being in this present moment here. I want to say the universe is at your back, because her back is to us here. Tell me about the optimism. We've got the Page of Gifts. That is the Page of Pentacles. So with optimism, you can change things. You can begin to birth things or start things that are brand new or go on a new path in your life should you change your attitude, right? Should you change your mind? I feel like you're kind of feeling a little bit stuck here, my friend, as it pertains to optimism. I do want this new beginning, but I'm not willing to see the situation for what it is. So it feels like you are stuck here looking at the future, the optimism of this, the optimism of that. And what if and I think you're thinking of all the scenarios, but you're not actually taking action. We do have the 10 of Cups in the reverse. It's a little bit of cynicism that you're never going to get the happy ending, right? I feel that you want it. I feel that you daydream about it, right? Piscean energy is about that ethereal daydreaming sort of energy, but it also is feeling stuck in those daydreams, and you can't have the 10 of Cups in the upright unless you have optimism here. So I feel like you want something to grow, but I really do feel like it's up to you to change your mind about whatever it is going on here. Yeah, the universe is ready to offer you this new beginning. Look, Tuesday is the new moon, and if you should choose to take on the energy of Sagittarius and feel the expansion, allow the expansion, move into the expansion without holding it off, I feel like you can have anything that you want, my friend. I feel like you will feel more optimistic. So we have the Child, which is the Fool. We have the World card here as well. And we have Balance, which is Temperance. At the bottom of the deck here in the future, we see the Sun. So I feel like you will realize this. I feel like you have to bring it to the surface that it is something that is in your blind spot. It's like you need to look over your right or your left shoulder to see it, and you're only facing forward. So I don't think that you see it right now. But I feel like you will have this if you should decide to change your mind. We've got the Page of Pentacles here, which is something that you don't see that's already taken root. It's already taken root in in this week. It's already taken root this week. So I feel like you are stuck, and that's why you don't see it. You know, we're looking at this here. And so this person's got a hand in front of their face. They are dropping seeds, but they're not out of the tree, right? They're not out of the tree. They're not making change. They're dropping the seeds, but they're still hanging here and still stuck. I feel like with this page of pentacles here, you know, it might take some journaling even. She's writing in a book. It might take some journaling to get yourself out of this hanged man energy. We have the 10 of Cups, which is in the reverse. And I feel like should you decide to sacrifice and give it all to the universe, practice this gratitude, staying in the present moment and being optimistic, I feel like the world is here with the 10 of Cups in the reverse to say it's the end of your unhappiness. It's like, this is the block, right? The 10 of Cups in the reverse to me is the block, and this needs to come to an end. The block is that you're stuck and you feel like you can't have it, or you're not optimistic that it's yours. It's about a change of mind here. We do have the Fool here and the Child, which is very interesting because the Child is looking into this part of your reading about what's coming up in the week ahead here. And so I feel like there is a new beginning that can be yours should you decide to maybe make a change of mind. We do need some healing, I feel. There's healing, balance. It is a moment of alchemy. I feel like it is owed to you, or you feel like it's owed to you. And the thing is this, is I feel like the universe is ready to give it to you, but it's up to you to get yourself out of the stuck energy first. You have to get out of your head. You have to make decisions that are outside of you. You have to take action, right? This particular depiction of the Emperor has the wand in hand, right? It's on fire. So it's like you have all of everything that you need in order to be able to step forward. And when you do decide to step forward, take a chance of getting hurt, a chance it's not going to work out. Whenever you do that, I feel like that is ending the self-sabotage. And the World card is here for a reason, right? We've got Scorpio, Taurus, Aquarius, Leo energy here. We've got Piscean energy, Scorpio, Pisces, Cancer. We've got Aries here. And Aries here as well. So I feel like what you don't see is that this new beginning has already taken root. You don't see it. It's in your blind spot. You don't see it, but this new beginning has already taken root. It's you that's got this on the delay. All it's going to take is a little bit of optimism to get this stuff moving, and deciding to change your mind or close a door on this, on hanging there or feeling stuck and feeling like you can't have what you want. Healing is here. Right? The moment of alchemy is here to heal you should you decide to take it. So we have the Sun. I feel like there's energy here saying that there's going to be clarity for you. I don't think you're going to have to struggle for all of this. I feel like it will come naturally. And we have the Sun. Look, Santa's coming. Santa's here, bringing you clarity, happiness, family, love, growth. I feel like you're about to hit a growth patch. It feels like the universe is waiting for you to jump before they pull the net, before they give you the net and carry you. I think that the universe wants to know that you're ready to do it. You're ready to move forward. And when you do, I feel like you go through a bunch of realizations, openings of things. The new cycle's coming. It's up to you to be optimistic about the new cycle. We do have the 3 of Wands. You've been waiting on it here, but somebody here has got the 1 wand in hand, and there's only 2 in the windowsill. So I feel like you're getting tired of waiting, and it's time for you to take action here at the 2 of Wands, and it's time for you to decide to go. You have to decide to go. The Ace of Wands is here in the hand, right? And the Ace of Wands is here in the hand of the Emperor as well. So I feel like it's your decision. It's your decision to move forward, to get yourself unstuck. I feel like you've been stuck here in this thought pattern for a while. We do have the 2 of Wands that is shown up here right after the 3 of Wands, right? And altogether we have the 5 of Wands. It tells me that you feel like there's too much competition, that you might not win, that you want to have the win, and if you can't be sure of the win, you're not going to move. Well, that's going to keep you stuck, right? So let's put this here. got the Sun, which is Leo energy. We've got the Chariot, which is Cancer energy. And then we have the Three of Wands and the Two of Wands. Bottom of the deck now, we have the Queen of Wands. And the Queen of Wands doesn't really care if anybody sees her fall on her nose. She's brave. She is the ultimate manifester, and she doesn't really care. If it doesn't work out, she's going to fall down, scrape her knees, tape them up, and keep moving. And so I think that's the energy that you're supposed to be having here, is to really go out and get whatever it is that you want, and don't worry about falling on your nose. Let's clarify a little bit here. It's kind of hard though, because for those of you who are worried about what everyone else is going to say, should you fall on your nose? I think that's the biggest problem. So some of you just choose to stay in the status quo, which, by the way, is not a bad place to be. It's just that there's no growth there. And whenever someone comes in to try and change your mind, you're chasing them off. That's all. Tell me what is coming to an end here. We're going to talk about the Ten of Swords first. Tell me what needs to come to an end. It looks like what needs to come to an end here is you, with the self-sabotage here, concealing things from people, not showing them who you really are, not showing them that you are the Emperor, you are in charge. You're the one who's in charge of all of it, right? So we do have the Page of Pentacles, we have the Two of Pentacles in the reverse, and we have the Three of Pentacles. So I feel like you want a partnership. And like, again, I see here, the Page of Pentacles. Again, something has already taken root that you don't see. The Page of Pentacles is here. And I feel like you do want this partnership, but I don't feel like you're willing to do much to get it. I feel like you just don't want to be out of the status quo. That your life is busy, your life is in balance, and I don't think that you want anything to come in and disrupt that. But I feel like if you want it, there's going to have to be some sort of a disruption here. So we have 3, 4, 5, and 6. I feel like you can get reciprocity if you decide that you no longer want to be in this energy, right? You have to decide to move forward. I think sometimes you feel like you don't fit in. You don't fit in because you're so freaking smart, right? You overthink everything, and sometimes that can be to your disadvantage. That maybe you can't find someone who's smart enough. Maybe you're attracted to intelligence. Tell me how the Emperor is sabotaging self. That's what I feel like it is here. That you're just not being open with people. You're being closed off here. You're just not being, open with people. You don't want them to see your, whatever you feel is something that is not, that you see that it feels like you feel that you fall short in some areas in your life, and you're not willing to be open about that. But when you're authentic, no matter what it is, when you're authentic, you allow people around you to be authentic as well. So why are you doing this self-sabotage stuff here? King of Pentacles, Queen of Cups, and the Seven of Cups. So it is a little bit of having too many options, not really knowing what direction to go in first. We have emotional options here. I do feel like you think that it will rock your stability. If you allow somebody to come in and start making suggestions and you be honest and open with them, it's going to rock your foundation. I feel like as it pertains to love, though, that you're looking for a stable love, and you might have a lot of opportunities. We have the Seven of Cups. And so it's almost like, it's a feeling of, I have a lot of opportunities, but I'm not sure if I want to choose one, because then I'll have something to lose. That's what it's making me feel like. Because the Emperor gets what they want, right? The Emperor is very strategic, will always plan ahead and plan very carefully. And I feel like you're feeling overwhelmed about emotions, that you want somebody who's ready to settle down, who's really very stable. I feel like you can't get out of the Emperor energy, though. I think you always want to be the leader. You want to be the one who's moving forward, and that's fine. You want to be the one who takes a step forward first. That's fine, but you just got to do it. I feel like the overwhelm of having too many options is holding you back. Tell me why you're feeling stuck. We have the Knight of Cups. We have the King of Cups. So you feel things really deeply. You might be someone who has water in the moon or the rising. And when that comes up with Aquarius energy, it can be so incredibly vibrational that it can be almost like super painful at some point. We have the Five of Wands. And so I think that the reason that you hold back or you're unsure is because you don't want to go out there and start dating and start to feel like you're in competition in love. Like nobody likes to feel that way. You don't want to be in competition to find deep love or romance. And I think that's why you're stuck. Again, it's like, if I can't be sure that I'm going to have it, Emperor energy, then I don't want it. And I feel like that's why you're not moving forward. Tell me about the World. Yeah, I feel like you're closing the door on something old and you want something new, which is the Ace of Cups and the Four of Wands. You are the magician. You can have anything that you want. You just need to close the door on the cynicism. That's all. You need to stop thinking about things that are going to hurt you. Yes, we're all going to fall down and scrape our knees. We all do, right? That's kind of the plight of the Queen of Wands. Falls down, skins their knees, patches them up, and keeps moving. And this person's resilient, and I think that you are as well. I think you can have a new beginning. Ace of Swords. I feel like you can have a new beginning here because the Wheel of Fortune is here. Look, the Wheel of Fortune is card 10, breaks down to a 1, which is the beginning of something. That's going to happen on Tuesday. This is attached to the planet of Jupiter, right? And so this is the expansion, but you're going to have to change. You're going to have to change the way that you think. So if you're going to get what you always got, if you always did what you always did, right? You're going to have to make a change. You're going to have to change your thinking, change where you live, what you do, who you see, maybe your friendship group. But I feel like the Queen of Wands would do that. She would see the pattern and she would change it. So I feel like that's what you're supposed to do. And I feel like for those of you who aren't willing yet, that you will be on the outside looking in. But I feel like for most of you, you are going to be willing to change. It's just going to take some time because you have to have that idea by yourself. You can't have anybody telling you, hurry up, change, make a decision. You don't want that, right? Virgo, Pisces energy. You will make the big decision to do it and to change. I feel that that's coming, but I just don't think it's going to happen this year. I feel like it's going to be within the next couple of weeks, going into January 1st. Or possibly when we get into Aquarius season, right? Middle of January, possibly. So take it as it resonates. I'm going to go for now. Thank you so much for being here, Aquarius. I appreciate you so much. If you can bother to give me a thumbs up or be in the comments, I would love that. Thanks so much. I'll go and I will be back next week. Love y'all. Bye-bye.